Moshi Moshi! I'm back for another review.
'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
So, Castle Sweet Castle. This whole episode is the first slice of life episode of season 5. The basic plot is Twilight is homesick, missing her library, and doesn't feel at home. So the rest of the main 6 send Twilight, Sparkle, and Spike out while they fix up the place. They end up having to have Spike stall so they can actually make the castle not a mess, because the first try was just a terrible mash of things crashed into one room. This episode had potential, but they could have handled it a little bit better, in my opinion. Twilight, not used to her place and tries her best to avoid the castle by almost going less than 0 on us, was good. It made sense and was relatable to people who have moved into a new house or a new school. I can definitely relate to that one. I also like how Spike is in this episode. He wasn't just tossed aside. He was actually a main plot point. His whole job is to keep Twilight away like you would keep a friend from a surprise party. He had great comedic moments. This is good because Spike has been established as the fun-loving side character, and this episode he was actually funny and wasn't just a bunch of slapstick like he usually is. Both biceps as a masseuse. I don't know what is funnier, when he bursts through the wall or when the other masseuse comments on it. This is gonna be a really funny season. But sadly, the main point is trying to fix Twilight's tree castle to make it feel more homey. You end up seeing how each character decides on doing this by none other than a song. A song that reminded me a lot of Raise This Barn. It didn't impress me that much. Anyways, then the methods of Rarity, Applejack, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash seem, well, selfish. They want to put what makes home to them into the castle and not thinking of Twilight, which is acceptable and is okay for a plot. But my biggest problem is how they put everything into one room. The castle is huge. Wouldn't it make sense for them to each tackle a room and then have a trouble organizing who does which room? Then perhaps figure that the throne room was missing something and still come to the same conclusion and end up with the Roots chandelier. They could even have the whole decoration conflict if they split up into different rooms. Perhaps when they finished and looked at each other's work, pointed out flaws, like Rainbow Dash's trophies. Or maybe each other would check up on another and try to enforce some things into the other room that they're decorating. Like Applejack's blanket into Twilight's room when Fluttershy is already taking care of it. The thing is, the main 6 have been together for much more than a year now. Twilight even says that if anyone would know her, it would be the rest of the main 6. It's normal to put your own flair, but you must have the person in main interest on top priority. Yes, I do get that one thing to make a place homey is having people you care about there. But that's not what they did there. They totally disregarded Twilight's taste and did what made them feel at home. This part's not so bad, as I said earlier. I can expect that part. The main problem was that cramming everything into one room. Did they honestly think that would even work? Pinkie Pie even talks about the empty hallways and thousands of rooms. Yet they only wanted to focus on one room. Then at the end they each decorate a separate room anyways. And this is what ruins the episode for me. Overall, I have to say I'm in a love-hate relationship with this episode. The writing was still good. It just could have been done better in my opinion. What do you think about this episode? Did you see anything that maybe could have been done differently. Or perhaps you just liked the episode the way it is and you saw it as a fun way to also fall in love with the castle tree. Well, that's it for now. Until next time, I'll be here waiting for the thrills and spills. I'm kuso-ka, signing off until next time.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this way